here, and happy Hump Day, everybody. Hope your Hump Day is going amazing so far. Welcome to the Humpday Help stream, where we're going to cover everything and anything that you ask that you bring up in this allotted time, as well as going over the new features of OBS. Let's turn the music down a little bit in the background so it's more of a talk show. Hi, and welcome to the show. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Heathen Gamer, how are you? Thank you so much for that. Host, dude, thank you so much. So, before we get too far into it, we're going to get Rounds for the House. Rounds for the House brought in by Heathen Gamer. Nice, 2-8.
People are getting nude. Dad.
There we go. Nice, 2-8. Welcome, buddy. Heathen Gamer, how are you? Let's see, 150 Sammys, everybody. We did do that. We got it. We took care of that. Queso, hungry. What we're going to talk about today is OBS, the OBS update, the major release update up to version 21 from 20 that we've had for a while now. All right, Heathen Gamer, thank you so much for coming by, buddy. Thank you so much for the host. You are awesome. So, let's get talking about OBS. Boop. Let's switch this over so you guys can see what I see. Oh my. Oh my. And of course the cat comes and plays by my feet. So we have infinite crash going on right now. Yay! So let's actually also bring this up. Boop. OBSproject.com. And we're going to go through their changelog. Previous releases. And we're going to go through there. We're going to skip the hotfix. Now guys, there are some people that are having issues right now. Having some issues with OBS. They updated it and they're getting crashes. They're getting all kinds of I've seen input lag. I've seen all kinds of stuff. Just remember, what is better? Super Soaker, welcome to the stream. Just remember, guys, whenever you do a major update from one version to another in OBS, it's always best to back up all of your data, just get rid of OBS and do a fresh install. That's always the case with it. I mean, any software I would recommend you to do a fresh install, but OBS, for some reason, is particularly buggy. So, how do you back everything up? Let's go into that quick, talking about the process of updating. So, what you're going to do is you're going to go into your profile, which, I mean, unfortunately is blanked out right now. You go profile, you're going to have your current profile, export it, export that profile. You can export your scene collection as well. Now, your profiles are going to export excuse me, gonna export your scenes, your settings, everything like that, your preferences, everything. And it's gonna put it in one nice tiny folder somewhere on your hard drive. Then from there, you can uninstall OBS, get rid of the OBS folders, all that stuff. Just remember, if you were using VST plugins, everything like that, try to save the plugins folder or reinstall the plugins, have those so you can reinstall them fresh. So yeah, that's best. Wipe it, reinstall the new version of OBS, and then add your profile back in. I don't know why I'm having trouble Englishing today. So you go profile, import your profile, import all your settings, everything like that, and start fresh. That's always the best thing to do when you're doing an update. Now, that being said, what I recommend is if your current version is working perfectly fine, and there's no reason for you to update, as in there's no features that you want, just leave it alone. That goes with it all the time, guys. If OBS or any other software is working perfectly fine for you, and it's not a major feature update or a major security update, just leave it alone. Don't update it because it has this one fix for an AMD GPU when you have an NVIDIA GPU, or if you have an AMD GPU and it's not even giving you a hard time. Yeah, so there have been a lot of changes made in this latest update. We're going to go through them, OBS 21, and they're ones that I really, really, really like. Changes that I really like. Okay, Super Soaker, I figured out that after every update to OBS, I have to go into my settings and turn all mics back on because it removes them. Yeah, that can be it too. It does funky stuff. So, I mean, whenever you're updating anything, make sure you have a couple hours to troubleshoot. Update Windows, update Streamlabs chatbot, update OBS, update anything at all. Your Stream Deck software. I mean, I got a update notification this morning when I fired everything up, and I'm not updating until I'm done the stream. It works right now, and I'm going to back everything up, and then I'll update after the stream when I have a few hours to mess around before my next stream. So that's where I sit with that. Anyways, we talked a little bit about updating, how to update OBS, when to update OBS. Basically, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's a general view you're going to have right there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave it alone. Let it work. But that being said, I did update to this version of OBS right away because there are some really cool features that we're going to get into right now. So, scripting. I actually have not gotten into scripting, but I will get into it in the next couple weeks here, and I'm going to show you guys what I learned. So there's analog clocks, countdown timers, instant replay script, automatically saves a replay if there's an active replay buffer, and there's some cool scripts right there. Those are all added in. So that's one thing I definitely want to learn more of is Python scripting, because the interaction between Streamlabs chatbot and OBS is basically controlled through that, and a plugin as well, WebSocket plugin. So you can have chatbot, Streamlabs chatbot, control quite a few things in OBS as well. So we're not going to cover that today. There's going to be so much to that, and I need to make sure I'm giving you the right information. We'll do a dedicated stream, and it might even be a long one, to scripting, Python scripting.
Yeah, it's clap time! Now it's gonna be hard for you guys to take me seriously. But Lightling, how are you, buddy? So with scripting, we're gonna do a dedicated stream. And it's probably gonna be a long one, like on Saturday or something. 5 hours long, and we'll go all through Python scripting. The Lightning, how are you, buddy? Ha ha ha! Wookie Webster.
I don't know who you are, but you're making me do a taken quote.
I don't know who you are! I don't know what you want! If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have any money. But what I do have is a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that may be a nightmare for people like you. If you let my robot go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. No. If you let my minion go now... Holy crap! Suicide Kid coming in! With Knives 288 coming in with the gift sub to Suicide Kid. What? Suicide Kid, you get to choose ketchup, mayo, or engine grease. If you let my minion go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. If you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Okay, that's enough of Claptrap. Ketchup it is. Knives 288. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Suicide Kid. Word. Suicide Kid chose Ketchup. Now we're gonna head over to the sub screen. Oh yeah, we got the spinniness. You know what? Let's actually eat the sub in outer space. Here we go. We're gonna eat the sub here. Let's turn the fan on. It's getting warm in here. There we go. So we have lunch meat, dirty sock, and ketchup. It's a 66% normal sub. Because the sock makes up 66% of it. There's a lot of sock. Let's eat this. Hold on, I gotta line this up. I'm slouching my chair. If I slouch in my chair, nothing lines up properly. Hum. Sub! Thank you so much for the support, guys. You're absolutely amazing. You rock, and we got that Travis BZ Bizep. I think, maybe, kinda, sorta. Thank you so much for the following 32 kinds of awesome. Welcome to the Crash Pad. Let's get back into the main screen. Let's get back to talking about what we were talking about, right? Let's go. 10 out of 10 on English today. Yes, absolutely nice, Huede. Anyways, so before Claptrap rudely interrupted us, we were getting onto the new audio features, and this alone was enough reason for me to upgrade to the new version of OBS. Added sidechain ducking support. Oh, hey, Milo's here knocking the stupid monitor around.
Windmills will keep them cool.
Windmills do not work that way!
Windmills do not work that way. Guess Mex, how are you, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Scorpion Kingdom, how are you? Milo, come on. Oh, kitties and oh shit! Ah, rip chair. Well, there's a new scratch on my nice chair. And cat. Fuck. Yeah, exactly. Kingdom, yeah. Scorpion Kingdom! How are you? Damn it. Damn it. Killed the cat. Hashtag killed the cat. Never got to give the Milo bonus that he so badly wanted here. Mind the chair, not the cat. The cat's fine. He walked away. If he didn't walk away, that'd be an issue. And he gave away 183 Sammies. Good. All right. As we were talking about, some of the new audio features, and this is one of the main reasons I updated OBS. Normally, I don't touch OBS. Normally, I leave it alone. But right here, added sidechain/ducking support to the compressor filter. This allows the ability to lower the audio level of an audio source based upon how loud another source is. For example, to apply microphone ducking to a desktop audio source, add a compressor filter to the desktop audio source, then select the microphone audio source as a sidechain ducking source property. In short, if you're talking in your microphone and everything else is super duper loud, your game is super duper loud, and you want your game to get quiet when you're talking, you apply this filter to your game, and as you talk, room it'll get quiet. So let's do an example right here, okay? We're gonna go in. Let's go to the thanks screen, because the thanks screen is a volume that I have here in. No, I can't do that because I can't show you what I'm doing then. Unfortunately, so we're gonna have to add that music. Bum 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 bum. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it like this. We're gonna put that there. Not that big, not that big, you silly thing, you silly thing, you. You silly thing. We're gonna add a VLC source. Starting soon screen. We're gonna add that in. That one's no good. I did that wrong. I did that wrong. We're gonna add a media source. Add a media source. Test source. We're gonna go browse. We're gonna go to crash. We're gonna go to the crash go. We're gonna go sounds and effects and everything like that. Sounds, songs. There we go. Is this full chicken dance? Yeah. If it's full chicken dance, we're doing that. Oh, there we go. Loop. There we go. Oh my god, that's gonna be loud. Sorry, guys. Let's turn that down a little bit. And I'm gonna go audio properties so I can hear it as well. Test source. Monitor. There we go. Not that big. That's what she said. Oh! Hey-oh! No worries, Super Sugar. So, of course, we have the Hockey Night in Canada theme going on. And the volume is, quite a ways up there. The volume is way up there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go filters. And it's supposed to be on repeat. Filters. Cuckoo clock. Come on. Patrick's is here! We're going to go into filters. Now, Patrick's, welcome to the stream! Unknown Tank Girl, how are you? So, right now we have the Hockey Night in Canada theme going. It's quiet right now, but we're going to add this filter to it, the compressor filter, to add some audio ducking. Now, you guys have to kind of understand how a compressor works in order to understand how this works. So basically, a compressor takes anything above a certain volume and then kind of squishes it down by a certain ratio. So say you have a source. Say my microphone, will say, is going up to 0 decibels right now because everything is in negatives, and up to 0 is really, really loud on here. But you want it to, once you get to about 10 decibels, you want it to start quieting down. So that's what this threshold is. So we're gonna actually put this threshold to -20. Because -20 is where we want this to go to once we start talking. We want this to go down pretty quiet or start to attack it there. Now the ratio here is how how much it's compressed. So say you go from say you're at minus 20 and you go up to minus 10. Now it's a ratio of 10 is what we have in here. So it's gonna compress it by a ratio of 10 to 1. So you're basically only gonna go 1 decibel above 20. You're gonna go to minus 19 instead. So we're gonna leave that ratio where it is. We're gonna leave it at 10. That's decent for audio ducking. And right here, this is something you can mess around with depending on what you want to achieve. So right here we have the threshold at minus 20 right now. Attack. Now that's how quickly it responds. You can have it so that it's all of a sudden you get a spike. And the reason you want a high attack is if you're playing something with a really sharp sound that you want to come through, like drums or something like that. But since you're doing vocal, you're gonna want that cut down, and you want it to be able to react right away as soon as you're talking, so people don't miss the first part of your word or anything like that, right? And then we have the release, and that's how quickly it goes back up to normal volume. So you can have it so you set your release to, we'll set it to 100 milliseconds here. So it stays quiet for 100 milliseconds after you're done talking, after there's noise input from your microphone. So that you can have it so it goes for a second, so it stays quiet for even a second after you talk. So that way it's not, if you're kind of have a little bit of a pause like I did right there, it doesn't get loud and then quiet and loud and quiet. You can set this way up. We'll set it up to even 1 full second right here. And output gain, that is if you want it to all of a sudden be louder as well, on top of all these additional things, but that kind of goes against the sidechain ducking that you want to achieve here. Shank Show, how are you, buddy? Welcome to the stream. Guest mix. Suicide Kid. A woman is on trial for beating her husband to death with his guitar collection. Judge says, first offender? She says, no, first given, then offender. Ho! Hey-oh, dad joke right there. Das Rev, how are you? Taco True. How are you, buddy? Yeah, thank God Crash is never loud. Never, ever, 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 ever. So, now we can apply the ducking source. So what we're going to do, we're going to apply the ducking source right here. So we have the music going in the background. We're going to wait until it kicks in again, and then we're going to do the ducking source. So right here now, you can see, guys, headphone warning, okay? So we're at minus 20 right now. Actually, we're gonna put this up. We're going to put this up to minus 15. Now, if I turn this off, it gets loud all of a sudden. So we're putting the compressor on. So even right here, this acts as a limiter so that the gain volume doesn't get too loud. But let's make it so that as soon as we say something in the microphone, tzeki, 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 oi, 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 guest mix coming in with a round for the house. Oh, wait a minute. So now we're going to get into the ducking as long as there's no more alerts. So what we're going to do is we're going to take my mic, my auxiliary, and we're going to make that the source of the audio ducking. So we're going to have that now. So you'll hear something in just a second. Okay, so right now you can see all of a sudden it got really quiet. Not really, really quiet. Let's put this back down to minus 20 here. It'll take a little bit of experimentation. So you can see when I start talking, it gets quiet now because it applies this compressor once I start talking, and there's a 1 second delay, so I can pause for a little bit and then continue. But if I put this release down and I have a little bit of a pause, which I often do, I'll put that right there. You're gonna hear it gets just between words. If I'm not saying anything at all, it's gonna fluctuate quite a bit. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is you're gonna have to have your microphone dialed in, so when you're not saying anything, it ducks down to nothing. Now, unfortunately, you're getting it doubled up on here. Monitor off there. I can't hear it right now, but you guys should be able to hear it. It's not doubling up. It should be cutting down quite a bit. So when I start talking, you can hear that it goes down a decent amount, right? So right there, that is how you use audio ducking. Let's make that quiet. Let's make it just go away. Go away. There we go. All right. So remove. Any questions about audio ducking? Yeah, exactly. In minus 35, it's something where you're going to have to do trial and error, see what works best for you. Remember, if you have monitor on and then your monitor is feeding back like I do with my mixer, it's going to be pumping the volume back in. You're going to be doubling up on the volume. But on my microphone, I have a limiter on there anyways, a compressor acting as a limiter. So even though I do get loud at times, it cuts everything out. So my limiter right now is -6 decibels. So for the most part, I'm not going to go above -6 decibels. Actually, one thing I do want to change. I want to go -8. There we go. -8 decibels. I like that better. That's gooder. That's gooder right there. Why does Hockey Night start with a gong? It has fighter jets and everything too. Have you never heard the Hockey Night in Canada freaking song? What? Yes, and now that's what I have on that. So we're done with the audio ducking. And since we're in audio, we can quickly go over how to set up monitoring. Oh, nope. There we go. We're going to go with that. We're out of outer space now. We're back in normal. Comic 2005? Hi! Welcome to the stream. You are 32 Kinds of Awesome. Welcome to the Crash Pad. How are ya? So, audio monitoring. What are you wanting to do with it? There, Scorpion King. Mine doesn't work. How does it not work? Well, one thing you have to do is when you first set up audio monitoring, don't worry, we will get to the rest of everything else. You go into advanced, you set up which device you want to act as your audio monitor. So this will be the same device. You can, most of the time, if you don't have a separate mixer or anything like that, you just have one set of headphones plugged into your computer and that's where all of your sound goes, set it to default. That's perfectly fine. For me, I have my mixer, so I have a whole bunch of different channels on my mixer, and monitoring goes into, one of them, so I can adjust the volume. But what I would recommend is if you only have one if you only have your one pair of headphones, you don't have a mixer, throw in default. What's Canada, eh? Crystal13, hi, how are you? But yeah, so set audio monitoring device to default. Now that's only the first part. To actually monitor something, like right now I have it so everything goes into my mixer. My desktop audio, the games, everything goes into there. Now, you go into advanced audio properties, I have it so it goes into my mixer, it goes monitor only. So it's not also putting it out into the stream. So the games and whatnot, they aren't going to the stream. They're going to my mixer, I can mix them. If you're only having the one headset, you don't have a mixer, set this to monitor and output. That way it'll be sent to your stream and it'll be sent to your headset. That way you can hear everything that's going on. Now, you definitely want to do that with your desktop audio, because desktop audio is where your alerts are going to be happening, right? So you want your audio properties to go, your desktop audio, your main audio, where your alerts are, everything like that, your game, yada yada, is going to be monitor and output. You're going to hear the game anyways because it goes to the desktop audio, but anything that happens in OBS, if you add movie scenes in here, transitions with sounds and whatnot, alerts, you want to change that audio monitoring right there. So you go gear, advanced audio properties, monitor and output. No, but Red Green has a fully operational YouTube channel. Guest Mix asked, is Red Green still around up there in Canada? No, but they do have a massive YouTube channel. Well, I don't know if it's massive, but everything is there. I have problems with my OBS when I stream it. Legs, or when I change, it goes all pixels, so I can't stream on my PC, and I'm new to this too. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a second. How do you fight a jet? Easily. You gotta hunker down and go for it, Lightning. Tank Girl, we'll get to that in a minute. We'll talk about how to deal with some of these OBS issues as well, but let's first go through all the new features of OBS 21. So, we just covered the first part. Added surround sound audio. Wait a minute. I know this is just stereo, but surround sound audio. For those of you with stereo speakers, you heard that. So, surround sound audio. How does that work? If you have compatible hardware and you can game in surround sound, you can stream in surround sound. You go into settings, audio channels and as many channels as you can stream at. Now remember guys, only some services properly support this. Twitch supports surround sound. So if you want to stream to Twitch in surround sound and you have compatible hardware, you're able to capture in surround sound as well. Go ahead and enable that. It's really interesting. Just remember on your output, your audio settings, you're going to have to bump your bitrate way up. You have 190, like for me, I stream at 192 for my bitrate. 160 is CD quality. I stream at 192. You're going to want to bump that up quite a bit. I mean, I would be going from 2 channels up to 8 if I streamed at 7.1. You have the 7 speakers plus 1 subwoofer. You have 8 channels that you need to feed. And 192 or 160 is not enough for that. You're going to have really crappy sound quality. So make sure you really bump up that audio bitrate to accommodate all those extra channels that you're going to be streaming. I don't know if it's big, but it's up there, she said too. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So here we are. Surround sound. Added new audio meters to allow the ability to see audio levels of each audio channel of that source. This allows the ability to know if there's any issues with specific audio channel, if it's just or left or right audio, or if it's somehow low or muted. So right here, guys, look at that. So we have a left channel, a right channel, and it's an actual meter. We can see that I'm going up to generally minus 8-ish, sometimes a little bit higher, but I'm not hitting 0. So that is good news. Just a little bit of a note, guys. Generally, you don't want to get up to 0. You want it so that you're kind of hovering right in the yellowish for the most part. That's where I like to stream. I found that that's actually the output, what you guys are getting, for the most part stays, when I'm talking, even when I'm yelling with my compressor on, stays at about minus 6 decibels, which is bingo bango perfect. Speaking of which, I don't know why I changed that. That should have just stayed at 6. We're going to go there. We're going to go there. We're going to go like that. Minus 6 decibels. There we go. So I found that it stays at a really nice minus 6. And the way I look at that, and the way I've kind of determined that, I've done a bunch of research, but I've also done personal preference. What I've done is I checked out Markiplier videos, because Markiplier yells and everything. He has compressors, obviously, everything. I think Markiplier has very, very, very good audio. So I kind of looked to him to see what he's doing. And I downloaded a quick clip of one of his videos, a short clip of one of his videos. And his compressor set him to about minus 6 decibels, plus or minus a little bit. So that was the sweet spot he was going for. And I found that whenever I go to a Markiplier video from any other video, it's not too loud, it's not too quiet, it's about the right range. So that's what I go for. But just so you guys know. And anyways, we deviated a bit from the audio meters. I like to try to be right in this range right here. That's where I like to try to be with my final output. Now, the way I have everything set up, you can see that I only have 1 bar going. And that's because everything I have, all the audio goes through my mic, my auxiliary right there. So let's actually rename that. This is a new feature as well. Mixer input. There we go, mixer input. And that makes more sense to me. So there's a new thing. I'll right click. Love the new meters, right, Scorpion Kingdom? I love them too. Lunix! How are you, buddy? Welcome. Yes, it's actually a blue screen because I have green eyes. And I tried with green paper behind me because I heard that if you have green eyes and a green screen, you can chroma out your eyes accidentally. And I tried it with just a sheet of green paper behind me. And sure enough, I chromed out my eyes. So I had to go with a blue screen instead. The Lost Son, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Gotta run. All right, Guest Mix, thank you so much. Keep your stick on the ice. Aye, buddy. Aye, buddy. I have a yes, I have a blue screen every time I stream. Bum 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 bum. That can count. That can count as a dad joke. So, let's look at some of the other features that they've added. Audio meter. Audio meters to behave like peak program meters. Make it easier for to see if your audio clipping and set your audio levels. That's kind of what we just talked about as well. Added an audio meter decay rate. So what that is pretty much the responsiveness, how long it holds right there. I like mine to be instantaneous. See how they react right away. You can go fast, slow, yada yada. If we go settings, where was that again? In audio, decay rate. Ticky, 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 oi, oi, oi. Rounds for the house brought in by, who brought them in? Oh, I missed it. There it is. Rounds for the house coming in there. Lunix, I know, I saw it. It's awesome. I approved it because everything that goes through the graphics team, either I approve or Empire approves. And it goes through, quality control kind of thing. I mean, my artists are audit. Wait a minute. Our artists are very talented. And, the quality control check is just something that we do just to double, triple check it. You always have another set of eyes because everyone misses stuff, right? Anyways, so now I have audio meter decay rate, and that's how fast the bars fall back down. Let's go down to slow and take a look at that. So you can see if you're talking up here, the meters stay up a little bit higher and it stays there, and then it slowly goes down. High. Slowly goes down. Now let's go back into it. And let's change this back to fast. And you can see, I like it fast. I like it bouncing around all over the place so I can see at what point it gets really, really loud. I keep an eye on it quite often. So you can see it bounces around and it falls off a lot quicker. So that's the decay rate right there. Yeah. All right, but it looks absolutely amazing, Lunix. That was some awesome work that Blue did. Okay. And added the ability to rename the audio sources by right-clicking on them in the audio mixer, including desktop and microphone audio capture sources added via settings. So you can change, like I said right there, I just changed it right there, right-click, rename, yada yada. Now, let's get into another super, super duper exciting part, production and studio mode features. Oh my god. Guys, if you have a powerful enough computer, this is amazing. For me, my computer can run it, but I don't like the performance hit that I do get. I mean, I'm only running a GTX 1070. If I was running a 1080 Ti, I wouldn't have an issue. I'd be doing this all the time. So, view, multi-view, we're going to go windowed. You can do it full screen, but look at this. All my scenes right there, ready to go. All my scenes right there. Let's bring that over a bit more. Make this as big as it can be. And it has all my scenes right there. And I can switch them by clicking here. So this is the preview one. If I'm in studio mode, this is what's actually running right now. So if I switch this around, I go to full cam screen, all of a sudden it brings this up. I can switch back. You can click any of these to bring it up. But it basically preloads all your screens. The only issue is, can you guys see it at the bottom? Okay. Right now, I'm using only a bit of CPU. Let's go Task Manager here. I'll show you something here. So we're going to close this. Boop. Boop. And there we go. GPU, my compositing, because of all the elements I have on screen. Now, your graphics card is responsible for plunking everything on screen. And then your encoder sends it to Twitch. So getting it all put together, though, on your preview window, that's your graphics card working. Look at this. My graphics card is taking almost 15% of my total power of my graphics card just to put this scene on, because I have things rescaled, I have things scrolling, I have this scrolling window in the back, a whole bunch of stuff being rendered just like you would in a game. So that right there, that number affects my game performance. Now, watch what happens as soon as I open multi-view screen. We're going to open this up. We're going to go, wow. It doesn't matter the size because it's still rendering all the scenes. Check this out. Nearly 30%. I've basically doubled how hard my GPU has to work. And this is why I like dedicated streaming rigs and dedicated gaming rigs. Because right now, 30% of my graphics card is being used just to have this scene up, have all these screens so everything preloads nicely. 30% nearly. So it takes a huge hit, but all the scenes are preloaded. All the transitions are going to be perfectly smooth all the way through. Everything nice and smooth. Now watch this. If I go full cam, you see how it just nice and smooth transitions between them. Now if I turn that off and I do that transition, let's go full cam, and then here, you see how it kind of skips a little bit? That's because I had a little bit of rendering delay, and that caused some skip frames, unfortunately. Skip frames, not dropped ones. And the way I can tell that is I go into View, Stats. Frames missed due to rendering lag, 501. Watch what'll happen now. So we're gonna go full cam, 501 still on there, and then we go bam, we come back in, 519. I missed 18 frames right there because of rendering lag, and that's even me using a GTX 1070, right? So I'm not ultra high end, but I'm top end of regular consumer kind of. I'm not quite into the hot enthusiast grade yet. So that's where I sit with that. Blue Noel. Hey. Look who's in the chat and who really loves their avatar. Oh. So that right there, guys, that is why it's awesome to have the multi-view windowed, and you can have up to 8, or multi-view full screen. You can even do it full screen. And that's actually what I want to do once I get my dedicated rig set up. I'm eventually going to build a new gaming rig. This rig that I have right now is going to be my streaming rig, but until then, I got to stick like this. Okay, so that was that right there. Added multi-view projector accessible via menu, which allows the ability to view the preview program and up to 8 scenes at the same time. So it loads them all. It's freaking awesome. You can blacklist certain screens. So right here, for example, this blank one. I don't want this one. I don't want that blank one showing up. So I right click. Come on. Can I? Studio mode. There we go. Right click. We're going to go show in multi-view. Don't show in multi-view. Right at the very bottom. So right there, that's shown in multi-view. That's starting soon. I can get rid of that even. Show in multi-view. Now, so you can choose which ones you want to show in the multi-view, so they're preloaded, right? Boop. Let's go back to normal. Now, let's talk about the next thing. Added an option in general settings that allow you to transition. Added separate projectors for both preview and program views in studio mode, so you can switch it around to whatever screen you want. Oh my god, there's so much. Added portrait vertical layout option for studio mode in general settings, which takes the preview program views vertical relative to each other instead of horizontal. Let's take a look at that. I actually missed that. I hadn't read that yet because I got so excited with this stuff up here. Added a portrait vertical layout. It is in the general settings. All right. OBS settings. General settings. General studio mode. Transition to scene when double clicked. So you have that option as well. So you can double click the screen and go right to it. Enable portrait vertical layout. And we're going to go horizontal bottom, vertical left, vertical. Oh, sure. Let's try that. Let's see how that looks. Hey, there we go. That's actually a more efficient use of space if you're going full screen. No, not really. No, it's less efficient use of space. It's more efficient use of space if you aren't going full screen, I guess. I don't know. Oh, no. Boop. If you have the monitor turned that way. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. But that's not what I want. I want it back to normal. Back to normal. There we go. There we go. Studio mode. Fixed. All right. What else? Added per scene transitions. Now this is really cool. You know how we always had to have the same transition, same stinger, no matter which scene we went to. So, for example, let's go. Let's open this up. So I'm gonna go switch between full cam, and then everything here is gonna. That's really loud, isn't it? No, that's okay. And you see how everything kind of just fades, right? Boop. Let's go view, windowed. We're going to go multi-view windowed so I can transition and show you how everything right now just... There we go. How everything just smoothly transitions no matter what scene I go to. Well, that works great for some things, but I don't want a smooth transition when I go to my... When I go to my exit screen, my outro screen, you know, the one where it just cuts out. So we're going to go transition override, cut. It just cuts right to that scene. So instead of fading away to my outro, that, you know, that, and thanks for watching, and always remember the key to happiness is, I wanted to just cut to that. I don't want a smooth transition. I just wanted to cut right there. So that's what I did just right there. I went on my outro, transition override, and we just went to cut. Now you can change to Luma wipe, everything else that you want. So I could still fade, I could still do a stinger, all that stuff. But I wanted to cut to that one. So now, that is finally something that it's been bugging me for a while. Don't absolutely need it, but it's been bugging me for a while. Okay, other general changes. Added new program theme, Acri. I never even checked out the theme. Let's see what this theme looks like. Settings, in general, Acri. Dark, default. Ew! No, I don't like that one. Let's go back to dark. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay. Exactly. If you have a portrait monitor for OBS, and that's what I know a lot of streamers have. I have everything horizontal right now because of space limitations, but I do want to go my main monitor regular 16:9, but I want to have my other monitors 9:16 instead. Good morning, Amberkins. How are you? Welcome to the stream. So we talked about the program theme, changed the default program theme to dark mode for new users, which is nice. Multi-adapter compatibility. This is a good thing that they changed. They renamed it to SLI, Crossfire Capture Mode, which is good because that was confusing as hell for lots of people. Optimize the preview pane and reduce GPU usage by 2 to 8% depending on how many sources were in the preview. Excellent. So I didn't actually get a chance to do the testing to verify the 2 to 8% because my scenes actually, the way I have them set up, they are very, very GPU intensive because there's so many things I have going on my scenes. So I never got to do a test. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like there. I might actually revert back to the old version, do some testing, come back if I get time. Streaming recording buttons and main window now highlight when streaming or recording. I noticed that. I thought it was kind of funky chicken. I was worried at first. Fixed a bug on Windows where desktop audio capture could go slightly out of sync with display game window capture on certain audio devices. Okay, well, I never personally experienced that. But that's good they fixed that. Fixed an issue where certain Elgato devices would not output audio by default and would require users to select the audio device manually. Wow, that would suck. Well, good thing I knew about that. So if anyone's using an older version of OBS, I can help them with that. Fixed a bug with studio mode where scenes that are set to fully duplicate would not retain their filters. Oh, that would suck. And then it's all fixes at this point. Okay. And then there's the hotfix notes. Fix the crash with the stinger transition. If you are, like I said, if you experience crashes right now and you have a stinger transition, guys, always look at the OBS changelog and see if there's a new release that supports that might be fixing something that you have going on, right? So the 20.0.1 hotfix fixed a crash with stinger transition, fixed a bug where two different kind of game capture devices were not working. That would suck for a lot of people. I know most people use Elgato. It's kind of the default go-to one, but anyone using these two would be screwed for a while. And fixed a lock on startup that could occur depending on how audio ducking was configured. Good thing they fixed that. So guys, we'll get this out of the way. I think we're done with the new update. I think that's it for the new update. So we're going to get into some actual questions that you guys might have on stream. Good morning, Hellhound. How are you, buddy? I would like another monitor, but my TV is hanging on by a thread. About to start payments on a new TV. First world problems, right? Right? Yes. So here we are. We talked about all the new features in OBS, and that was awesome. But remember, guys, if the previous version of OBS was working and this version isn't, go back to the old version of OBS. And some of you guys, if you go to the OBS website, you're going to see you're not going to have many options right here. It's just going to say download here. No, go to download in the top right corner, previous versions, and then choose the previous version. Before you update OBS, guys, always take note of the version you are using right now. The last version I used was not 20.1.3. The last version I had, because I didn't do all these updates, was 20.0. That's the last version I used. I didn't do any of these updates right here, any of these hot fixes, because I didn't need them. Everything was working for me. So all these updates. No, sorry, 20.1 was the last one. So I didn't have 20.1.1, 0.1.2, 0.1.3, because I did not have any of these issues at all. These hot fixes. I did not have any of those issues. It was working beautifully for me, so I left it alone. So before you update OBS, guys, be sure to note what version of OBS you have. And that can be seen right at the very, very top, right there. OBS 20.0.1. And the reason I'm running 20.0.1 is because I decided to go in head first and on the major update and go with the one that has the hotfix right away, because I saw there was some issues that they had to fix, and there usually is a couple bugs in the very first release. Docs, how are you, buddy? Ticky, 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 oi, oi, oi. Rounds for the house coming in. 150 Sammys right there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you switched to Streamlabs OBS. Adult Nature! Adult Nature, welcome to the stream, buddy. Yeah, Amberkins. I know lots of people are switching to Streamlabs OBS. In my testing, when it initially came out, there was performance issues that I kept running across. I did quite a few different benchmarks, and I found that it was not running as efficiently as regular OBS. Like I said, though, it is beta, so there are going to be updates to make it much better. What I did not like is that they took away a lot of the features that I use. Like when I tried it, there was no plugins, and it added quite a few things that I felt I didn't need. I think if you're starting fresh, it definitely helps out. If you're tied into the Streamlabs ecosystem, it makes things just that much easier. I mean, the only difference is you don't have to put in a URL. Otherwise, everything else is the same. So I just left regular OBS because I like it. It's going to be the cutting edge. It's going to be the Streamlabs is going to be a little bit behind on everything. But personal preference at this point. If you're getting performance out of Streamlabs OBS, by all means, go ahead and use it. Okay, I got to catch up on chat here. Yeah, that's what I found. Yeah, that's the thing. If you feel free to try out Streamlabs OBS. For some people, it'll be better. For some people, it won't be. I mean, if you have if you don't have an overlay like me, like I have everything going on my overlay, and tons of different scenes and whatnot. I mean, my scenes right here, like my thank you scene, right there. I have one. Let's go back into here. Let's go into studio mode. I'm going to show you guys on my Be Right Back screen how many sources I have here on my Be Right Back screen. Just right there, just for that little thing with the guys running back and forth. I have that many sources. So it is pretty resource hungry, my setup. Pokey! Pokey, there is. Did I see AJN as well? Did I miss AJN? Did AJN come in and say hi? There, red text right above Let's Pokey. I just lost it because Let's Pokey's text is pink on my screen and AJN is red right above, so I couldn't tell the difference between names. AJN, how's it going? Also, it doesn't work for Stream Deck. Yes, Americans, you're right. Streamlabs OBS does not work with the Stream Deck. It doesn't. You don't have VST plugins. There's a whole bunch of. You don't have plugins in general. Like here, look at all the plugins I have. I have that I use quite often. Virtual Cam. So basically, what it does is it takes my OBS output and sends it to the system. Come on, move over, chair. Sends it to the system as a webcam. So if I'm talking on Skype with someone, I can actually have my overlay and I can have my effects. I can have my spinning background, all kinds of stuff in OBS, and it sends it as a webcam, which is really, really cool. I'm still working on getting it working properly with Skype when we have talking with everybody else. But I'll try it with Discord as well here. But yeah, that it works great for podcast styles where I still want to have like my name caption or whatever, or anything come up. Okay, so there we go. I am doing absolutely awesome, AJN. Absolutely awesome. So we talked about that. Now, let's get into questions, guys. I'm going to run this stream a little bit longer today. I'd normally be shutting down.
Why are you dreaming anytime? Yeah.
Adult Nature called it in. Adult Nature called in anytime. So guys, normally I'd be shutting down the stream right now, but I haven't had a chance to get to your questions. So guys, go ahead, ask your questions. And I want to, with every single one of my streams, no matter what it is, if you have a question, ask it. I want to help you. Callahorn, how much do I charge for custom channel graphics? It depends. The average price for a whole channel revamp is about $80 US, somewhere in there. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, depending on what you have going on. So yeah. All right, enough of that. We're doing talk show style here, so we're gonna skip on the voice for a little bit longer. It's around $80. If you budget $80, that'll get you a really good graphics package with our team. Anyway, some other teams, I mean, some other companies, they say get this graphics package for $10 and everything like that. You might be able to, but ours are completely custom. I'm not gonna bash anyone because for a while before I started on the graphics team, I did everything kind of dirt cheap to try to get my name out there. By the way, those of you who are just starting out in graphics, getting your name out there with dirt cheap graphics is not always the way to go. You kind of undermine the whole process. I didn't realize it at the time, and it kind of hurt me. I wound up doing a bunch of stuff where, yeah, I get shout outs on your channel. Well, I'm not getting enough traffic from those, and then what happened a lot was people say, yeah, I'll give you a shout out, and then they disappear and they don't do shit, right? So it's I'll charge for your hard work, guys, right? Even if you go minimum wage in your area, I'd say charge minimum hourly rate, minimum wage. That, and even if you're just learning right now, you're just starting out as graphics designers, charge minimum wage. So if it's going to take you 3 hours and say your minimum wage is $10 an hour, charge $30. But anyways, and there's the graphics right there of the Lightning. What are the requirements to be able to stream 1080 on Twitch? Upload megabit and bitrate. You know what? If you want to stream at 1080, you got to stream at full 6000. In my opinion, anyways. I absolutely hate pixelation, and I personally don't stream at 1080. I don't see a lot of point to it, to be honest. I mean, there are some people. How's this? There are some people that do watch on TV, but I want to show you guys something here. Twitch.tv/CrashCoke. So this is a 1080p monitor, a 1920 by 1080 monitor. If you have the Friends tab open, which many of you don't, but you do have chat open, we're going to go advanced settings, show video stats. My stream is at 1280 by 720. My display resolution is 1470 by 814, so it's stretched just a little bit. It's stretched just a little bit. If you go 1080, you're actually being compressed, and you're kind of wasting, in my opinion, you're kind of wasting data. The only way 1080 is going to do you any good is if you go full screen and you ignore the chat, or if you're watching on a TV, or if you have a 4K monitor, in which case everything's going to look like shit because hardly anything's at 4K. So what I would recommend, before trying to push for 1080, push for a high quality 720. I stream at 5750 is what it's set in OBS. About the bird. Bird. Serious talk over. The Lightning with the spin. Okay, so I would recommend, instead of trying to push for 1080p, 60 frames per second, and get pixelation, especially if you're in a first-person shooter or anything like that. If you're playing first-person shooters, fast games, you're going to get pixelation. So I suggest starting at 1280 by 720, 60 frames per second, and have your bitrate up, and then try bumping up from there. My personal opinion, it's not the same for everyone, is if you absolutely do want to go to 1080, try 30 versus 60 frames per second. Of course, you have half as many frames per second. If you go 30, you're going to have a lot more room to make each you get the quality better. You're not going to get as much pixelation. Lots of people don't like watching 30 frames per second, but hey, pretty everything on TV is under 30 frames per second. So you're kind of TV quality at that point. Mess around a bit, see what you can. Just remember, guys, that if you are trying to max out your upload rate, 6,000 bits per second, kilobits per second is the max for Twitch. but make sure you're not using more than 75% of your bandwidth. So if you only have 6,000 upload, don't use all 6,000. Use only 75% of that. You still need some upload for other things. If your other wireless devices in the house need to connect to the internet, for online gaming, you need to be able to send information and still be able to connect to the servers, right? So leave that 25% overhead. So to run at full Twitch, 6,000, you need to have at least an 8,000 upload. Adult Nature, thank you so much for them. Itty bitty bitties, you're absolutely amazing. Okay, AGN Gaming, day by day, my OBS is giving me cancer. It's time to burn my PC and throw it in the trash. There we go. Okay, so Scorpion Kingdom, people on their phones might be complaining because you might not have, they might not have the quality settings for you. I found for the most part, I get the ingest servers that oi oi oi, who brought it in? I didn't see who brought it in, but they brought it around for the house for everybody. So with this here, I mean, you can look at mine. I go here, quality. I have all these quality settings, and I found, I don't know if it's because I stream quite a bit. I stream at least 3 hours a day. That I always get a preferred server here that allows transcoding to different resolutions and bit rates, so that my viewers, if they're on mobile or somewhere else like that, they can adjust. But I know some people, you're only locked at source. So if you stream at really high bit rate, that could be an issue. Now, what's happened forever and ever 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 up until mid last year, somewhere in there, is Twitch capped you at 3,500 kilobits per second, and that's what everyone was doing anyways. So you could do 1280 by 720, 30 frames per second, 3,500 kilobits per second, and you're gonna have pretty decent quality. Actually, it's not gonna be bad. It's gonna be pretty good, and your viewers aren't gonna have as much of an issue trying to keep up. They're not gonna have the buffering. Okay, let's go in here now. Catching up to everything in chat. There's an infinite amount of crashes spinning. Yes. What are the requirements? Okay, so we covered that, Scorpion Kingdom. Where do you sort that out in the settings? In the settings, boop. To adjust that, you go in your output, and you can change your bitrate right there. Now, some of you have output mode simple, and that's fine. You can change your bitrate there as well. For me, I prefer advanced because it gives me just a few little things I can tweak that I like better. But if you go simple, it basically configures everything for you. You just say the bitrate, and then you change your bitrate there.
Oh, yeah, it's Claptrap time! Who the hell keeps calling in Claptrap? Oh, it's the Adult Nature! Hi, Adult Nature! No worries at all, Scorpion Kingdom! It's not like your repeat took up a whole lot of time or anything. All right, it's because you average more than 3 people. I guess so. Producer Prime says, "Hi, Crash. Can't have sound on, but I'm here in spirit at least. Hope things are going well." Producer Prime, you're missing Claptrap. What a shame. It's Crash Trap. Yes, absolutely. Handsome Jack has nothing on me.
That's enough of that. Okay, so those were those questions. Now, someone else had a question. Unknown Tank Girl, you were saying you were having issues with OBS. Now, guys, I want to say a couple general things right here. One, if you are having issues, if you have questions during any one of my streams at all, ask at any point. Don't worry about interrupting me, even right here. We'll go ! Help. Right there. Don't worry about interrupting the stream or the flow of anything, because I'm not really focused enough to squirrel. It doesn't matter. As you guys know, I don't stay focused on the stream. I bounce all over the place. So, guys, just if you have questions, ask them any stream at all. If all of a sudden your OBS is pissing you off and you go, "Hey, looks like Crash is live," maybe I'll drop a few questions there. Go ahead. Come on in, say hi, and ask your questions. I'll do what I can to help. That being said, we got all that sorted. What's the best thing you guys can do? Go help, log files, upload last log file. Boop. And then you go, hey, there it is. There's my log file. It's been uploaded. We're going to copy that URL and send me that. Tell me what's going on in the DM and send me that link. So copy that link, and then what I'm going to see is this. I'm going to see all that information right there. And it's going to tell me all about OBS. It's going to tell me about crashes. It's going to tell me about issues you had. It's going to tell me everything that went on. Now, the only thing is I will see information about your hard drive right here. So right there, this is what I'll see. Z, Google Drive, Crash Coke, 8-bit. So I'm going to see your username. Just keep that in mind. If you're okay with that, send it through. If you're not okay with it, don't send it through. But I'm going to see your computer username. That's all I'm going to see. That's all that contains. Adult Nature, thank you so much for the many minis! It tells Crash about Crash. Yes, it does. Let's see here. Scorpion King, if I have NVIDIA, which encoder should I use? Is there any NVIDIA Advanced Media encoder like AMD has? Yes, it's called NVENC. Now, unfortunately, I can't switch to it in this right here to show you the encoder. But it's called NVENC. That's AMD. And I covered this before. This is the priority you should try to run with. If you have an i7, Ryzen 7, or a high-end Ryzen 5, you should try to go X264 first. Always, 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 even no matter what CPU you have, try to start with X264 first. And I say always go into advanced settings. Always go into advanced settings because you're going to be able to tweak it the way you need to. So, this is what you should always aim for, guys. Encoder, X264. Rescale the output if you want to, you don't have to. Rate control, CBR, your bit rate, whatever your upload can handle. And remember, the higher the bit rate, the more strain on the processor. Keyframe interval has to be 2 for Twitch. CPU usage preset. So, very fast is kind of like the balance between quality and performance. The further you go down the list, the slower it goes. The more strain it puts on the processor. So what you could do is you could go up to ultra fast even if you wanted. What I have found in my testing, CPU on ultra fast is better than any hardware. So NVENC, AMD, Advanced Media Framework, QuickSync, it's still better than that. So if you can run it on even ultra fast, you're better with that. So X264, what it does is it puts the encoding, basically taking this whole scene right here, chopping it up into ones and zeros and sending it to Twitch. The X264 makes your processor do it. That's your i7, your Ryzen 7, your i5, your Ryzen 5, whatever you have, that makes that do it. Now, if you go to NVENC, that makes a dedicated chip on your graphics card. So it's not the same part of your graphics card that pumps out frames per second. It's a dedicated chip. The downfall to this is that's H264, and the downfall is that you need a much higher bit rate in order to get the same quality as X264, okay? So, start with X264, then go down to either NVENC or AMD Advanced Media Framework, and then if neither of those work and you only have QuickSync, try QuickSync, but usually QuickSync is shit, usually. And Profile Main. Don't worry about X264 options. If you don't know what it does, do not touch it. Okay, don't touch it. Don't guess. This is for people who know a lot about it. If you use FFmpeg, anything like that, and you know all the X264 options, go ahead. Mess with it. You might get a few frames per second. You might get a little bit better performance, better quality a little bit. But OBS is already optimized very well where you don't have to add anything else in there. So, bum, 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 bum. Let's go. Crash, I get paid this Friday. We'll talk about some custom graphics from my channel. Yeah, Callum, what you can do is actually submit an order right there. I do have a little bit of time coming up here where I can do graphics. I can actually get some graphics done this week. I think I'm going to be doing Luna's graphics this week, possibly. Working on some graphics for the Daily Grind. I can get going on yours as well. And then I have another order coming in next week. So I'm going to be working on that. Toy Coacher, who won the 500 Sammys. You know what? Let's go ahead and do a random Sammy giveaway here quick. Yay! Okay, so thank you for the mini minis! The real big is coming in with all the mini minis! Yay! Thank you so much. Unknown Tank Girl, I got your DM. I will look at that shortly. Now, do you want me to look at it on stream? I won't bring it up on the screen if you don't want me to. Because, hold on, let me see if it has username information. Make sure it doesn't have your name on there. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay. So we're going to look at it right now. Okay, so this is one of the logs. Unknown Tank Girl, we're going to look at one of your logs right now. How's it going? Real big hands! How are you, buddy? Okay, so, Unknown Tank Girl, what is the issue you're having? What is the issue you are having, Unknown Tank Girl? Okay, so I see one thing right there. Running as administrator is set to false. Set that to true. You want to run OBS as administrator. The way you do that is you right-click. I'll show you with a different program here. You right-click while holding Shift. Properties. Advanced. Run as administrator. OBS as well as Streamlabs chatbot, anything like that. These streaming programs, they generally need to be run as administrator, but only do trusted ones, okay? Don't take stuff like, say, King of the Pit or Latch Tools. You don't need them running as administrator. Your bot, Streamlabs chatbot, OBS, run them as administrator. Okay. So right here, let's see here. Ticky, 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 oi, oi, oi. Adult Nature coming in with rounds for the house. No, it's all good, Unknown Tank Girl. It's all good. So you're running the new one. Audio preset there. You have a GTX 1050 Ti and an Athlon 845 quad-core processor. All right, so your processor's a little bit weak, but let's see what you have this running as. 1280 by 720, 30 frames per second. What's your upload rate here? Did I miss that? No, I didn't yet. It's not there yet. Okay. Let's see what you have here. You have the live scene with game capture, mic, desktop audio, browser source. So you have one browser source there. PS4 Live with the browser source. So it looks like you're using Streamlabs. Guest 79, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Decode device ID, video configuration, shutting down, Wasabi speakers. Okay, so that one, that's not one that I want to check. I want to check the first one here. Check the other log. Windows Defender, firewall, antivirus enabled, that's all fine. So, one big thing is change that running to administrator. Do that before anything else. Now, one thing I do want to point out, guys, and you should always do this. Always, always, always. As soon as you fire up OBS, guys, the next time you fire up OBS, go to advanced, process priority, high. High. Put it so OBS is the most important thing. Guys, the most important thing is not your game, it's your stream when you're streaming. Your viewers here are going to be paying attention to your stream. Okay, so put your process priority to your stream. It goes great. Spike Steve, how are ya? So we're looking here. GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. You're running there, no monitoring device, or you're running it on default anyways. NVEX supported, so that's good. Switch to live. Video capture device, video configuration failed. That's all fine. So you have the scenes right there. Why? These are incomplete logs. I don't have everything I need from these logs. Do you have any other... These are incomplete logs. It looks like it hasn't even... There we go. Okay, there's a complete log now. There we go. Okay. There's a complete log. Yeah, guys, set OBS to high priority. If you find that OBS is getting encoder overloaded, any choppiness, anything like that, very first thing to do, settings, advanced, process priority, high. Ogre from hell! Hi, Speed Demon Stream! How did I get into graphics design? I just did. I was playing with Microsoft Paint in an earlier version of Windows. I bought ULEAD Photo Impact 5 in 1999, And from there, I've just been messing around doing it. Fiona, nice. Okay, let's go through here and figure out what's going on, shall we? Let's get this out of the way, though. I'm gonna go here, and we're gonna read through this, and I'm gonna show you guys what I find, okay? So, things that should change. 1, running as administrator, change that to true. Run OBS as an administrator. Windows Defender, you're not having issues where you're broadcasting or dropping anything, so leave the firewall on, it's fine. You're getting past that. Running it as administrator, you're running a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. Your AMD Athlon is going to be a little bit of an issue. 2 physical core, 4 logical cores. So we're not going to want to stream X264. You're going to want to stream NVE and C instead. So let's see what else we have going on here, because you do have NVE and C supported with your system, so you're going to be able to use that. Let's see what you are running. How's it working for you? So, one thing I'd like to do is, because you terminated it before you were really broadcasting, you didn't connect to the server at all. So, Unknown Tank Girl, what I'm going to get you to do is next time you stream, next time you fire it up, actually stream as well, okay? So next time you stream, get a log of it, and then send that to me. So as soon as you're done your stream, generate that log for the current stream, or for the previous stream, and then send it to me. Because then I'm going to be able to see how you're connecting, and I'm going to be able to see if you get frame drops. Now, one thing, you guys, the game DVR, that right there is not the end of the world. Yes, you can disable that. Gaming features, game DVR on, yes, that can be disabled as well. But yeah, send that to me, and then I can actually see what's going on. One thing you guys can do: view stats. This helps a lot. Keep this up during your stream, and it'll record everything. Or at the end of your stream, open it up and take a look. Like right here, I have 777 frames missed due to rendering lag, and that thought I heard something in the background. You guys might not hear it because of the compressor, and because of the sound isolation. But right here, I have frames missed due to rendering lag. I know exactly why that is. It's because when I switch between scenes, I don't have studio mode on. See, if I go like this, we're going to switch between scenes right now. We're going to switch to my full cam. So let's switch over. I'm at 777 missed frames due to rendering lag right now. We're going to transition over, and I am still at 700. Well, I got to 780, so I lost 3 frames right there. Not the end of the world. That is because of my graphics card. Okay, we're going to transition back, and let's see if we lose any there. No. So I lost 3 frames during that whole process of switching. Now, when we turn off studio mode, we're going to switch back and forth without studio mode now. So we're going to go full cam. Let it stabilize a minute. We went up to 784, so I've already lost 4 frames. Now we're going back here, and I've shot up to 802, and I had a frames per second drop. And that's because I'm having to load everything all at once. I don't want to keep it running in the background because then I'm using up resources. So guys, that shows a lot. If you are getting frames missed due to rendering lag, that is 100% your graphics card. The same part of your graphics card that is used for pumping out frames in games, okay? And skip frames due to encoding lag. That could be just because of your encoder. That could be because of your CPU, even if you're using a GPU encoder. That's something to pay attention to. But in that log, I'm going to see everything. So all that stuff. So you guys can send that to me. You just covered it. How do I send you a list? Oh, the list of stuff. So guys, if you would like help, if you would like me to help you and want me to review what's going on in your OBS, go Tools, Help, Log Files, Upload Last Log File. So when you're done streaming, you can. So when I'm done here, I can hit Stop Streaming, go Tools, Help, Log Files, Upload Current Log File before you exit out. Upload that, boop, and it's going to show everything that's going on right now. Okay, so there we go. We have that URL. I need that, so hit Copy URL, DM that to me. Then I'm going to be able to open it up, and I'm going to be able to see everything that's going on. So right here, I have all of my information that's going on for this right now. Portable mode, all that stuff. GTX 1070. It shows all my streaming stats, everything there. Shows all my information. And you can see all the scenes. Look at all the sources I have, all the scenes I have. So I have a lot going on, and that's why mine is really resource intensive. Like, look at all that. All these sources that are being added in. There we go. We finally got to the end of the list of stuff that's... Oh, what is here? Z Google Drive, promo, November 4th, support stream, cycle, top, no such file directory. Okay, I need to get rid of that one. Didn't realize I had that still open. What source is that to? I gotta check. Anyways. So, Elgato, we have all these scenes. What else do I have there? Oh, custom greetings. Get rid of all that stuff, too. Yeah. So, Spike Steve, do you want me to take a look at it right now and review it with you? Let's see. So, everything here, I can see everything. Chroma key. Look at everything I have. And this isn't even all the switching. This is just, I'm still in startup mode right here. Oh, there we go. Up to right, then. Boop, is startup. No, wait. Up to right here is all startup. So all the way back here. This is all just OBS firing up. 654 all the way to 654, right there. This is OBS right there. Just firing up. Many things. That would be amazing, sir. Okay, we'll open it up, and I'll make sure. I'll make sure that your name's not in there. One sec. Yay! Dum-ba-da! Adult Nature, thank you for the bitties! Okay, looks like your name's not in there, so we're gonna pull this up and we're gonna take a look at it. You know what, guys? Do you want to do this from now on? I mean, I can review everything, but do you guys just want to do this? You send me your OBS logs and I read them on stream and we figure out what's going on. We can do that. Log reading time. Yeah. Okay, nice. We're running Horizon 5. I love it. Love it. 4-core, 8-thread. Beautiful. A 1500X, so you can easily run X264 on here. Super Mario, thank you so much for the host, buddy. My itty bitty bitties are witty ditty city. Ha! Okay, so running as administrator, false. Fix that right away. Change that so that you run OBS as administrator. To do that, if right click on the icon, go to properties, go to advanced, check run as administrator. So first thing, do that. Game DVR is also on. You can turn that off. I got a Lunex. Do you remember how to do that off the top of your head? I know it's buried somewhere in the menus, but I can't remember where. Need to check something. Yeah, nice. That's it. That's exciting, hey? You guys need to get to sleep. Okay, running a GTX 1060 with 3 gigabytes of video memory. Running base resolution 1920 by 1080. Output resolution 1280 by 720. So, okay, so Spike Steve, what are the issues you're having? Then we can kind of target. We can kind of know what we're looking for. Because there's a ton of information here. I can give you advice on how to make it better. But I want to know what's actually going on. Yes, you can eat it, Ogre. Yes. Can't say I've ever run OBS as an admin personally. You should. You should. Woo! Sandwiches! All right. Let me fix this. Sorry, guys. Scorpion Kingdom, it depends. Scorpion Kingdom asked, best settings for me.
Yeah, it's
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
So, Scorpion Kingdom asks, best settings for media sources. Is that to have it closed when not in use? It totally depends, Scorpion Kingdom. if you have a powerful enough computer, you can keep them open, and then what happens is when you switch between scenes, they're already preloaded, and you don't have that rendering delay where they have to load back in. Otherwise, if you have a less powerful machine...
Why you dreaming anytime? Yeah.
Yow! I guess I mean Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yow! All right, so...
Nope, stopping it. So Scorpion Kingdom, it depends. Basically what it does, by having everything loaded up, is it makes it so switching between scenes and turning sources on and off, making them visible, invisible, you don't have the lag where all of a sudden you have to wait for it to load up. But the downside to that is your memory is going to go brrr, and going to be plugged up with all that stuff. So if you have more powerful... if you have a more powerful system, you'll be able to handle it. If you have a powerful graphics card, you have a good amount of RAM, and a decent processor, you'll be able to handle it all. But otherwise, you're going to be sucking a lot of juice for that. One thing you can do instead of making it so that they load, ticky, oi, 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 Rascal's coming in. Rounds for the house. I completely forgot what I was talking about. If you have a powerful enough computer, then you can load it. What you can do as an alternate, though, instead of having it so everything stays loaded in the background, is have it on studio mode. So instead of loading every single one of your scenes, you only load one of them, and you preload that one. That'll help out. So it'll give you the preload so you have smooth transitions, but you're not going to have to load every single scene all the way through. Makes me want to send in one just cuz. I see. Just looking for the right kind of setting. Any basic errors? Okay, so just taking a look at it. Well, volume I'm not going to see here. That's something we're going to have to hear. Okay, so let's see. No AMD graphics, NVENC supported. That's good. Okay, so we're looking here. User removed video capture device. Those are things that you did. You switched to the scene giveaway. You're using the simple H.264 encoder, CBR 3500 bitrate with a 3500 buffer size. Frames per second with key. Okay, that's all good. What are you streaming at? I think you're streaming at 30 frames per second, right? Yeah, 30 frames per second. So that's okay. You're running X264 encoder on very fast. That's good. No, I'd leave it the way it is. You could bump your bitrate up, but you're at 30. I think you said 30 frames per second, right? That's what we said. No, I think you're pretty good for your encoder there. So I don't think you have an issue with that. The only thing I would really change is set it to run as administrator. That's the only thing I'd change. Yeah, a whole ton of reading. So you see here, you see what you got to do here. Wait. We can go like this. We need to open it up in this. Thank you so much for that, host Savage Rat. Absolutely amazing. Rat. Thank you so much for that. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go new. We're gonna go print. We're gonna take a piece of paper, letter. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take that right there, and then we're gonna take this. We're gonna copy this. We're gonna copy that right there. Then we're gonna go artistic text tool. We're gonna go like that. We're gonna go paste. Okay, there we go. So we have all that information right there. Boop. Geez, when you do it like that, that's a ton of information. Okay, so for Nias 288, this is what we're gonna do. So you see here, you need to run this as an administrator. I got to get his voice right. My voice sucks with that. Run that right there as administrator, right there. Okay. Next thing you want to do is your frames per second is looking pretty good right there. We're gonna change this voice and said frames per second right there is looking pretty good. We need a thicker pencil for this. Let's go with a thicker pencil. I need a thicker pencil. Okay, so we're gonna go down here. Okay, that right there, those are your loaded modules, you see. And they're actually really good. You got some pretty good modules there. I wouldn't worry too much about them. They're doing pretty good. So we're gonna get rid of all these marks and everything here. We're gonna take this, we're gonna move this up. Let's see what else we got here. What do we got going on here? Okay, so right there. Oh man, look at that right there. That right there. That is looking pretty damn good. So I'm gonna say you leave that alone. That's perfectly fine the way it is. Okay, enough of that. Let's go. Okay, Steve, you're looking pretty. You're looking pretty there, buddy. 840. Jeez. I'm just doing a ridiculous voice. That's all I was doing. At first, I tried doing Madden, but yeah, no, I can't do Madden. Got it now? Good. I knew I'd be able to convey that message with a simple scribble. Absolutely. Okay, let's see if there's another thing we can look at here. Yay! Okay. Oh, sorry. I was reading something else. Time to eat. Be back later. Scorpion King sounds good. Adult Nature with a bitty bitties. Thank you so much for the bitty bitties, Adult Nature. Savage Rat, Elvage Gaming coming in. So, guys, I am reading your OBS log files. If anyone else has an OBS log file you'd like me to read, send it through. And we'll take a look at that OBS log file. Otherwise, don't worry too much about it. We're going to shut this down here in a little bit. But if there's one more person who wants to send me their OBS log file, I'll take a look at it. And we'll see if we can figure out what's going on with your OBS or what we can do just to make it work a little bit better. So, how do you do that, guys? How do you send Crash an OBS log file? You go help, log files, and upload your current log file and your last log file. So we're going to go last log file. It's uploaded to GitHub, and you have this link right here. This link right here. You're going to take this, you're going to copy URL. Yeah, URL needs to be copied. You need to copy your URL, and you need to send that to me. Now, keep in mind, I am going to see your computer username in there if you have any sources loading off of your hard drive. So if you don't mind that, send it through. If you're a little bit leery about that, don't send it through. Your call. You can also go Tools, View Current Log. And that opens it up instead in Text Editor. Shows what's going on right now. So this gives me everything to where I am right now. Has all this information. Me switching scenes. It has all this stuff. All my sources that were loaded at the beginning. Everything there. Bam, bam, bam. Give me that glorious red badge. Holy crap, Adult Nature is a red badge now. What? Adult Nature, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for that support. Yes, everyone else can read it. Exactly. If you send the URL, to anyone else, you put it in a public space, anyone else can see it as well. So send it to me in a DM if you want, or just send me the text file, whatever works for you. And that's all I got. That's all I got, guys. Any questions before we wrap it up? If there's no questions, we'll wrap it up in the next couple minutes here. But if there's questions, I'll keep going just a little bit better. Thank you so much, Adult Nature. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. What else do we have going on? What else can we talk about with OBS? Just some general guidelines here. Settings. Let's look at it. Let's go over one more time what you should do for your general settings. Stream in here. You can set it to automatic. If you're having issues connecting it all, try to find something geographically close to you and cycle a few servers. Give it a check. I know Chambers was having an issue. Let's see. Chambers is actually doing okay. Output, like I said, I prefer to go advanced. You guys don't have to. If you leave it on simple, I mean, you're gonna have the basics that generally work for everyone. All the sheriffs in house with these badges, right? What is the key to happiness? Never. Never. All right. So, Suicide Kid, I'm gonna take a look at yours, and I'm gonna make sure that your name's not on there for when we bring it up on screen. No, it's not. All right, so we're bringing it up. Boop. We'll do one more. Suicide Kids. Let's read it all dramatic like. Let's get some dramatic music. Let's see. And I'm gonna drop
Drop it down. CPU name, Core i7 7700K at 4.2 gigahertz. Even deeper. Speed 4.4200 megahertz. Physical cores 4. Logical cores 8. Physical memory 32 gigabytes of RAM. There's an issue right there. You need to run this as an administrator. Game DVR is also on right now. You have Windows Defender active. Good for you. You're running a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080. That's excellent. It's a very good card. I'm glad you're running that. With dedicated VRAM, a decent amount of that. Your base resolution is 1920 by 1080. Output resolution 1280 by 720. Downscale filters by Cubic, not quite as good as Nicel's, but still very good. Running at 60 frames per second. 60 frames, 720. Amazing. You're running NV12 format. That's working well. Alright, we're gonna scroll down. D, Twitch stuff, elevator music. That is on your elevator music scene. Excellent. So you're running a BenQ 22-inch monitor right there. Excellent. Holy crap! We have a sub coming in! Homicidal you! With the resub! For 5 months. Thank you so much for that resub. Loading in, you got 58 seconds. 58 seconds. To choose what you want on the sub. Lunch meat, chicken, or nails. What would you like to see?
All right, we're back into this now. Turning down the dramatic music right here. Thank you so much for that resub! Homicidal, let's go with nails. Of course. We're going with nails right there. So we need this dramatic music. We're going to keep reading Suicide Kid's log here. We're going to find out what's going on. What is making his computer tick? All right, so let's get back into this. And here we go.
And now the loading scenes. So it looks like everything's running fairly well. NVENC supported, but you're running it as... I haven't seen it yet. It hasn't loaded up. Where is it? Loading the scenes. So this is an incomplete log. Is there a revision? There is. Excellent. Excellent. So we're running through, we're going to see how this goes, and there's not enough info.
Okay, there's not enough info there. So what we're gonna do, guys, what you're gonna have to do is if you send me that info, it's gonna have to be after a stream, okay? That way I can see which encoder you're using, how it's connecting to Twitch, everything that you need right there. Because right here, it has all your devices, it's setting everything up, but it's not actually connecting to the service. So I need to see how it works, and you're using Firefox. So each their own. I know there's Firefox Chrome! Adapter 2, HD graphics. Of course, because it's you have Intel. Okay, that's all I got. So let's read the chat, see what everyone else has here in the chat. My OBS is now using up to 60% CPU. About a month ago or so, it only used 25%. Do you know why, Crash? Some of the updates could be more CPU resource intensive. If you ran the updates, it's always best to back up all of your settings in OBS, back everything up, get rid of OBS, completely wipe it, start fresh, do a fresh install, and import all of your settings back in again. That lots of time, the leftover stuff from all the updates, that causes issues. You're best to start with a fresh slate whenever you do a major update, and then see if you still have the issues. I know I've had it where I've just had to uninstall OBS completely, reinstall it, and it works perfectly fine. Thank you so much for that freaking resub, Homesado. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Satan reading specs is scary. I guess that's what Bill Gates actually sounds like when he's not on camera. Hey, Crash, would you be able to check out some components on a gaming PC I have my sights on and how well it would run? Yeah, sure. Shoot them to me. Yeah, you like Firefox? Want to fight about it? Let's go.
I'll frickin' take you on. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Satan will take you on.
All right. Or.
Claptrap's coming and he's gonna kick your ass!
Mito, how are ya? Meltdown Inspector patches kicked in. Let's see. It's
Claptrap time! Oh yeah, Claptrap time, guys! Jamaica Jackson! How are you, buddy? Glad you could make it by! Alright, Homicidal sent me the specs to this.
Why you dreaming Arnie time? Yeah.
Really? You want me to be an Arnie and Claptrap at the same time? What are you doing? I can be Arnold Schwarzenegger!
Nope, done. Canceled.
It's time to kick gum and chew ass, and I'm all at ass.
How the hell can I do Duke Nukem and Arnie at the same time? Yeah. Oh, I can't. See, the thing is, they're not different enough. They're too similar, so I can't do them at the same time. Since Twitch DM. All right, I have it up.
Oh, well, everybody's heard
About the bird. Bird. Bird is a word. Well, a bird. Bird is a word. Well, a bird is a word. Too many sounds going on! Dev Chills, welcome to the stream. You just can't make Claptrap intimidating. You can't. Okay, let's see what you have here. But, okay. Geez, running an i9? What are you trying to do with this? Okay, Homicidal, is this only going to be a gaming PC, or is this also going to be a streaming PC? Because if it's going to be a gaming PC, you're really going overkill. Just saying. With the processor right there. The 10-core processor, you know, if you're going to stream with it, yes, that's fine. But if you're only gaming with it, that's overkill, dude. Mito! So, son of Arnie. I gotta catch up on what you're saying. Redeem all the things! Malkara! Oh, wait, I got something for this, too. You've ruined it. You have ruined it. No more rainbow. Yeah, that's... Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, that processor is an awesome processor. What are you running here? Strix Intel chipset. Okay, Asus ROG. Yeah, you're gonna pay a premium for that. That's where all your money's going, right there. GTX 1080 Ti right now. So guys, just a heads up. Buying graphics cards right now is a terrible idea. And the reason is all the crypto miners are snatching them up, and supply and demand graphics card prices are spiking. My card now, if I was to buy my card now, is worth twice as much as I paid for it not even a year ago. Yeah. It's a card that's over a year old and is worth twice as much as it was when I got it a year ago. What? So, now is a very bad time to buy. But a 1080 Ti, I mean, Are you asking if this computer will be good? Because this computer could run NASA. We're just saying. Just say it. No, like, there's no problem with this at all. Hey, if spending's not a limit, bump it up to 32 gigs of RAM. If you're okay with a price like this, another 16 gigs of RAM isn't really going to do much. What you can do, though, what I would recommend, here's one thing I would change, okay? Right here. You have a 500 gig Samsung 850 Evo. I would go with an M.2 NVMe drive, 500 gig Samsung 960 Pro, if you can. You're gonna pay more, but the speed is just gonna be absolutely amazing. That's the one thing I'd change so far. If it's price. Homicidal, this will run everything. This is way more than you need, to be honest. To run some games. This will run anything and anything. Your power bill is going to be up quite a bit with this system. Okay, let me see what's going on here. I got to catch up. Is there a list of what bands I can look and listen in your Crashpad? Yes, just in the Crashpad Discord, guys. If you join the Crashpad Discord, you can see what bands you can listen to. I do have the Crashpad. I have the catalog there. I don't make it public. It's only advertised in there, and it's all the Spotify links and in Discord. Discord actually makes it nice so it all pops up so you can see everything. Overkill is his second name. No kidding. Bloody mining. You fucking bloody miners. A 1050 Ti for $1,000 US. I don't believe it. Guys, top tip. NVIDIA have just started selling cards on their page for reasonable prices. Exactly, Spike Steve. We can bump this up. That's why I have my 1060 6 gig and my 1050 Ti 4 gig is going to be here Tuesday. Oh, I see. Yeah, Ogre, yeah. You could. But you know what? If you're going to go all out, I mean, this isn't a bad way to go. You'd probably get better pricing if you went with a Threadripper system instead of a 9.9. But I'd throw in an M.2 drive instead of this drive right here. And gaming MLC solid state. Why the fuck is it gaming? 850 Evo is fine, but why is it labeled as gaming? You got the gaming tax on there now. Well, back to work. Take care, everyone. Super Mario sounds good, buddy. And let's see what else you have going on here. Get a DVD drive, buddy. Somewhere. Just fill one of your bays. Get a Blu-ray drive. You'll use it once. You'll use it once every year, but you're gonna be so freaking glad you have it. And they're cheap. They are cheap. Just get a really cheap Blu-ray drive. You have room. That's what I would do. Wireless? No, you don't need that. Onboard audio? That's fine. If you get an external mixer, you're good with that. Anyways, yeah. The things I'd change. I'd throw in a cheap Blu-ray. And I would add more RAM. I'd double it to 32 gig. If you're going to be paying these kind of prices anyway, throw it to 32. And M.2. And that, basically, you're going to have the best of the best. You're going to be set for a few years. Quite a few years. Okay. Yes. And not just that 3.5-inch floppy. You need an 8-inch floppy, guys. That's a fail. Let's actually do that sound effect. I just realized what I said. Someone had a clip from something. I don't know what I did. What do you think about the Ryzen 7 1700? That's what I run, and I love it. Anyone who wants to use a Ryzen, the Ryzen 7 has the 1700, 1700X, and the 1800X. Go with the 1700 if you're going to overclock it all, because you can get to the same levels as the 1700X and the 1800X with the cooler. The nice thing is, I'm running the Ryzen 7 1700 with the default cooler, the cooler that came with it. The other two, you don't get coolers. With this one, you do get a cooler with the 20% overclock, and I have no problems with CPU at all while streaming. I don't know if it does. If you can add a DVD drive, go ahead and add it. Yeah, Ryzen is way better than the FX series. But anyways, guys, I am now 1 hour over. I was going to go, I'm just going to go a little bit longer, but I am 1 hour over. So what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to say thank you so much for the support. You guys are absolutely amazing! This is way too loud. There we go. That's better. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support. You guys rock. So from now on, Wednesdays, I'm gonna talk for 30 minutes instead, and we're gonna do 30 minutes of working on your issues. So with that, guys, it is time to drop a host bomb. We're gonna find somebody in the community, somebody to love, and we're gonna drop a host bomb on them. So let's go twitch.tv/community/crashpad. We're also gonna check right now to see if there's a raid going on. Let's see. Nope. No raid right now. Guys, you want to go? Let's go meet AJN Gaming. AJN Gaming is a brand new partnered streamer. He's partnered. He is in a very unique situation, which works very well for him. And the guy is awesome, very supportive, just a super nice dude. We're gonna go check him out. Okay. How am I not? Oh, that is bullshit. Crash, you're a dickhead, Crash. Guys, I'd like you to stick around with me while we do this. So we're gonna drop a bomb on AJN Gaming. We're gonna say, crashing this party with a whole bunch of exclamation marks. Slap in your favorite emotes. If you have crash emotes, those are obviously your favorites. If you have crash emotes, go ahead and slam them in. If not, just slam in your absolute favorite emotes. Copy, and I'm throwing in 32 itty-bitty just like I do on every single host bomb. And that is it. Oh, we got a raffle going on, but that can still go on in the chat. That is it, guys. This stream made you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Go ahead and enjoy that follow button. Some love. You can follow me on Twitter, Crash Coke, and you can check out some of my videos on YouTube. Gonna shout out some of the groups I'm a part of. I'm a member of eRock's, an amazing gaming group and content creator group. All kinds of sponsorships, fun things like that. Check them out. I'm, of course, a proud leader of Team MZ. We have all kinds of programs and services to help you grow, to help you improve your stream, to help build your community. Just remember, guys, they are tools for you. You still have to do the work. We just provide you with the tools and the place to meet people. And, of course, I'm a member of the amazing CrashPad community. We have the CrashPad Discord. We have the CrashPad Twitch community, CrashPad hashtag on Twitter. We have the CrashPad Extra Life team where we can all work together to raise money for sick kids. If you want to be a part of the team and help me raise money for sick kids, go ahead and join that. We have the CrashPad community on Steam, and we have the CrashPad merch store where you can buy some sweet CrashPad swag. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for coming by today. Had a blast, a lot of fun going through this whole thing with you, going through all these processes. Just remember, guys, if you want me to work on helping you get OBS working properly, send me those log files if you want. You don't have to. Like I said, I can see your hard drive information, basically your user information if it's linked in there, but I can't do anything with it except know your name. Maybe if you have your name in there, which you should never do on your streaming machine. That's about it. That's it. Thanks for watching, and always remember the key to happiness is